back to the garage. I most certainly want to get this video started off with opening these boxes, dude, because I have been dying to open them up. I can't open them unless I do it on video, so let's do that. We're gonna open this one up second. I have something to show you guys on the box that I thought was kind of funny. Get this thing down here on the ground, man. I threw it on the ground. I want you guys to actually get the full experience of sliding this thing out, if I can do it while holding the camera. Come on, come on. Oh, shit. Ah, dude, these things look freaking clean. Get out of here, foam. You guys already know it's not a Deadbeat Garage video unless you hear a freaking ice cream truck or an elote man in the background. This is their dual electric fans, obviously, and it comes with a fan shroud, aluminum fan shroud. Look at the Mishimoto stamp on the top. Everything's already assembled, bro, and from my understanding, this thing is just gonna bolt straight on. Because look, it looks like it has all the coordinating tabs. You see these guys over here? Yeah, it looks like this has everything on it that's gonna line up with these and just be a direct bolt on, dude. There's something else. What else is in here? Oh, we got the seal. Bow. Oh, a little air freshener and stuff inside of there. And it looks like some hardware. Hell yeah, bro. Gotta have hardware. Alright guys, now as for this box right here, what I think is funny about it is I mentioned to you guys to guess what was in these boxes, and I even posted it on my Instagram. I showed you guys the boxes in the video, bro. Would y'all look at that? Would you look? It says what it is right on this box. Just, you know, I honestly thought that somebody was gonna catch that. Like,
bro, it says it right on the box.
But nobody did, dude, not a single person. I ordered these from them because I didn't want to just go to AutoZone or Checkers and just get regular old hoses. Dude, these things are actually guaranteed for lifetime. Did you know that? Like, that's crazy to me. A radiator hose, guaranteed for life. They had either the black ones or the blue ones, and I'm telling you, I was actually considering getting the blue ones because of the spark plug wires and the timing bell and all that stuff is blue, like little hints of blue in there. But I thought that the radiator hoses being blue would have been just too much. Tell me what you think. Did I make a good decision? I think the black is best. I'm definitely excited to have some good quality radiator hoses on my car. I've never had a pair of these, you know that? Like, I've always had like just regular old radiator hoses. I don't know. But these fans right here most certainly are legit, dude. Like, these are sick. This is literally the best setup I've ever had. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things, like, I don't know, I've never had something like this, and I don't know, it's badass. Thank you to everybody that ordered t-shirts, because it is thanks to you guys who ordered the t-shirts is the reason why I have this stuff. The fans and the hoses came directly from the money that you guys spent on the t-shirts. So I most certainly wanted to say thank you guys for that. You know what I mean? Because those are things that I most certainly needed for the car, and without you guys, I wouldn't have that. You know what I mean? Well, crap, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was expecting this to happen. Kind of. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. The bolt holes do not line up, so this is not a direct bolt in. But what I think the problem is not only is this radiator, I believe this is just a cheap eBay radiator. I've had this thing forever, man. Other than that, I also, when I ordered these fans, they didn't have, like, whenever I ordered them, it said CRX. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the fans and the fan and radiator is different, from CRX to EF, but I mean that could possibly be a problem. But while we need to do something, because this most certainly isn't gonna work, I don't want to alter the fan shroud in any way, because I have already contacted Mishimoto when I ordered all this stuff, and I did let them know that I will probably be ordering one of their radiators as well as soon as, you know, budget will allow, because I mean we're just gonna make do with this radiator for now because it works. But we needed fans, we needed hoses, so I'm making do with this just to kind of budget, you know what I'm saying? Later on in the future, I would like to run a Mishimoto radiator, so for now, I do not want to alter these brackets in any way, because whenever we do get our Mishimoto radiator, I know for a fact that all this stuff is gonna obviously line up to their product. But I have already came up with a solution of what we can do to get these fans mounted up to my eBay radiator. Hot, 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 man. Starting off with this strip of aluminum, we're basically gonna make ourselves a couple little pieces to go on the ends to actually mount the radiator fans. I'll explain it here in a moment. But I gotta take some measurements and get this thing cut down a little bit. Alright, so we got the brackets made, and it came out pretty sick, dude. I gotta tell you, I am so happy to have this break in the garage, because, I mean, this just makes life so much easier, bro. So pretty much, this is gonna sit around the front side of the radiator like that. And then right here, what I'm gonna do is actually drill a hole and put a screw straight in right there, and then the same up here on the top side of it. And then in between the radiator and this thing, and the fan shroud, we actually have this stuff that Mishimoto sent with it. This is basically weather stripping. This will get stuck onto this back side of the fan shroud here, and that's just supposed to make a nice airtight seal. But on top of that, this stuff also has like a squish to it, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I drill these holes, I'm gonna set this up here, drill the holes to where it lines up right here. Then whenever we put that weather stripping on here, this is basically gonna have to kind of squeeze down in order for me to get those screws in, which is just gonna make it fit even tighter. And if you're worried about this thing possibly moving up and down, I've already went over that. I've already checked it to make sure it's not going to. If you get this thing into position, the fan shroud actually fits perfectly between the welds on the radiator, and it holds it to where it can't shift. And then the brackets obviously are gonna hold it pushed into the radiator, and it'll also stop it from shifting left and right. So there you have it, dude. Easy fix, bro. Easy fix only because of the fact that whenever you have the right tools to do the job, you know what I'm saying? This would have been a pain in the freaking ass to do, trying to bend that by hand. Well, it most certainly wouldn't have came out looking nearly as clean, I'll tell you that right now. Now I'm just marking where it is. I'm gonna drill the holes for my screws so that they're all in the same exact spot. And those are our mounting holes that's gonna actually screw these pieces to our fan shroud. Holes right here are for weight reduction, man. I'm just kidding. It's not for weight. It's just to make it look a little bit cooler, you know what I'm saying? Technically speaking here, man, we saved 32 grams. What? Don't judge me, man. It's got flat floor, you know, tile mode. And there is our weather stripping applied. Now on the edges right here, I used the stuff that they supplied, but over here on the top and on the bottom of it, I actually used this little bit thicker of stuff that I actually had sitting around because not only is it rubber, but it's also a little thicker because where this fan shroud sits on here, on the ends, it's sitting on this little shelf, on that little flat piece. But on the top and on the bottom, it's sitting actually inside of here, which is a little bit further down. So I wanted to use a little bit of a thicker weather strip right there just to make sure that's nice and airtight. And lastly, I did put a little piece of that weather stripping on the front side of these little brackets that we just fabbed up. This is the section that's going to be actually resting against the radiator here. So just to make sure that it's safe and it isn't going to cause any damage to the radiator, of course. And plus, since being that material is squishy, it's gonna make it to where I can kind of clamp this thing down and get it nice and tight. And this is going to apply pressure, you know. Juno? Que no, Juno. I want to show you guys this just so you have a better understanding. With that weather stripping in there, that weather stripping, I want it to smush whenever this is mounted so it has a nice good seal. So that's the reason why I'm using the clamp on here. If you undo the clamp, do you see how that thing rises up? Keep an eye in this section right here. You apply the clamp and you see how it squeezes it down, making sure that that weather stripping is nice and smushed and it's got a nice good seal between the two surfaces. Now I clamped it down before drilling my holes so that whenever we screw this thing down, it's gonna actually hold it in that squished position. Grab some screws. I love this thing. Now I haven't went through all my stuff yet and got all my stuff organized yet, but when I do, it's gonna be freaking awesome. So that's it, dude. That's the freaking fit. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice if you can't tell. But that's it. Those are the brackets, man. I think it came out looking pretty sick. Let me know what you guys think, of course. I don't know if maybe we should paint them black. I think it would look pretty badass. I mean, just imagine if they're painted black, then where these holes are at, the aluminum in the background would just pop even more. I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think, but I think it came out looking pretty sick. We still have one more to put on, so let's get it done. Get this thing back in the car. I just want to take note also of how well this thing is actually sealing. If you look down here, dude, it is just, that is all closed off. And look along this edge. You can see that rubber, that rubber sealant that I use is just like poking out, top and bottom. Like, that thing is sealed really good, man. It feels freaking solid. Let's stand this thing up. And so you guys can see the front side. And that's what it is. That's what we made, bro. It just kind of wraps around and it like hugs the radiator. Now granted, it does cover just a very small portion of the fins, but I don't think that's not gonna make a difference, bro. I think it's good. I'm interested to know what it is that these little brackets that we made look like and how well you can actually even see them in the car. If you can see them really well, I'm probably gonna end up pulling them off and painting them black, because just to add that little bit of extra detail, you know what I'm saying? But I really do think they came out looking pretty freaking sick, man. Most certainly leave a comment down below what it is you guys think. Unfortunately, there's definitely a problem here. Oh man. I don't know why it is I didn't think about this, but obviously running 2 radiator fans and a shroud leaves us absolutely 0 freaking room for a header, man. I was kind of looking this over, and I want some input from you guys, because I really want to run the 2 radiator fans. I know I don't need it. I know that I can keep the car cool with just 1 fan, but I don't know. Like I mentioned before, this is the nicest setup I have ever had. So I would like to keep this setup, you know what I'm saying? So I was looking at it, and we can possibly trim some of this and actually do a slanted radiator setup, which wouldn't be a big deal. I'd have to move the mounting points for the radiator on the bottom. I'd have to move them kind of out here or something. Or we could even just go ahead and cut this whole entire section off and move the mounting points for the radiator to the front of the traction bar. I don't know, there's endless possibilities, dude. So I really want to run this setup. Another option obviously is I can just put the 1 fan. I could leave the shroud. I could leave the shroud, leave that fan there, but take this fan off and mount this one on the front, and obviously wire it in reverse to where it's blowing air through the front. But I mean, once you do that, it's basically useless to have the shroud on there. You know what I'm saying? Because the point of the shroud is to be nice and airtight and have both fans sucking air through. That's what actually creates suction inside of here that utilizes the entire radiator. With the fans just mounted straight to the radiator, you're only cooling those sections that are directly in front of the fan, you know what I mean? But running a shroud, the shroud actually makes it to where the fans are sucking air through the entire surface of the radiator. So I don't know, if we were to switch just this 1 fan around to the front, there's really no point in having a shroud. Or I could just scratch that idea, get a different fan for the khaki Civic, and use this dual fan and shroud setup on the sedan, you know what I mean? Because I'd really hate to hack this thing up, man. It's a really nice looking piece. But I did go ahead and get the radiator hoses slid on there just so you guys can get an idea what they look like. I need to obviously get some hose clamps. It's just one of those things I forgot, and I don't have any damn hose clamps. I don't know, I'm gonna get it figured out, but in the next episode, definitely gonna be some pretty cool stuff going on. I'm gonna be making a little piece for right here. That's gonna actually sit flush against the radiator, but we do need to get the radiator problem figured out. Either way, we'll get it figured out. My voice is getting worse and worse. I think it'd be really cool to run a slanted radiator setup, so I don't know. It just has more of that race car look to it, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please don't forget to smash the like button if you guys like the video, you know what I'm saying? Follow the links down below if you want to grab yourself some merch, or if you guys want to become a Patreon. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I have my voice. Later.